Hey everybody, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Now, I do know that last time I said this next post would be something a little special. Well, some things kind of got in the way, and I'll tell you a little bit about that here at the end and why it's going to push us to possibly next month to get this done. So, beforehand, just going to go ahead and say what we're going to get about today. First thing will um, be about some of the BS fake news that's kind of going on. I haven't made a political rant in a while. I haven't really, had the real want to, but it's getting to be that kind of point in time where I'm like, all right, this is pissing me off. And then secondly, I'll get into the reason why the outdoor podcast that Charles and I have planned is going to take just a hiatus for a little while. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Grab yourself a smoke. Grab yourself a drink. And remember, these are just my opinions for the most part, because even today I'm going to show some sheer facts and evidence. And if you're okay with that, if you can deal with it, remember it's just my 2 cents. But if you can't, kick rocks. But if you can, grab on your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever you got, because here we go. Okay, first things first. Now, we do know that we've got, number 47 up in the White House doing his thing, and a lot of people are really upset. They're upset about the deportations. They're upset about Doge. They're upset about people losing their jobs. They're upset about eggs not being the price right off the bat. Blah, 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 blah. They're upset about all the jobs getting cut, whether it be for the VA, whether it be for the school board, and throughout the government. Everybody's getting laid off. Hundreds of thousands of jobs. Well, it just so happens that I have the money that is being saved right now from, you can go to it, Doge.gov. It is a government run website. Okay. And once you get to the main page, you can see estimated savings that have been made so far. The very top of it right now, today, as of the 20th, $115 billion that the team has gone through, found that has not been used for legitimate reasons, ways that our tax dollars are going to other places. Let's see, the GSA, General Service Admission, ED, EPA, DOL, OPM, DOI, USDA, SSA, HHS, DHS, VA. Okay, a lot of people were upset about that. Department of Veterans Affairs. And you can go through the whole thing. Even Doge is on there. Department of Justice, Department of Defense, Department of Commerce, Department of Transportation. You can go through all 22 departments of the government on this website and see exactly what is in the list of what has been most saved on. Now, I did do a little studying, and a lot of people, since Trump just said, and the left is really saying they're getting rid of veterans. They're taking away from veterans. No, they're not. They cut out 86,000 jobs from the VA offices around the world. 86,000, which included people that were just temporary jobs, whether they were people that weren't doing their job up to par or people that just did not need to do the job when somebody else can handle it. Now, everybody gets mad when they get laid off, but they got a subsidy. All right. So, Veterans Affairs, no vets will lose anything. And if you ever talk to a vet who's been to war, been to combat, and been to the VA, it doesn't matter what year you've gone, whether it's in the 2000s, 90s, 80s, 2020s, it is still going to take you an arm and a leg of your day, of your life to get anything done. There are a lot of veterans and they need a lot of help. But with them saving well over $980 million just in these cuts, that money can be funneled right back into the VA for better care for them, not just Joe Schmo sitting on his lard ass, not doing his job because he wants to go golfing or doesn't want to get another couple patients in. You know, it can help out in that way. Now, another people are getting mad about Trump signing today that he was going to close the education board, the government. Now, what that is it is the government's hold on all education throughout the United States, the entire thing. So the government has say in what courses and everything. What Trump is doing is he is eliminating that to where the states can handle that individually. Now, will there be layoffs? Yeah, at the Department of Education. That doesn't mean that teachers are going to get laid off in schools per se. That's saying that in the Department of Education, who's telling the teachers how much their budget is, what they can and can't preach, teach, tell, do in the classroom, out of the classroom, those people, the government, that's what's getting fired, not the teachers. And if the teachers are getting fired, it's probably because they're diddling kids or not teaching the right thing to children, which should be education, not DEI bullshit. Now, just to sum that up for the Doge part of this, I said 115 billion. Now, what that has saved over the, was it 1.6? I can't remember how many billion Americans, registered voters, Americans, whatever you want to call it, that has saved at least $714.29 per tax dollar payer. Me, you, everybody that pays their taxes, that's $715 right there that would go to everybody. Did you get a small income tax check? I did. If you remember my last video, it'll be down there somewhere in the last video, but I showed that I only got $3 back because my taxes were going to other places that weren't needed. And yeah, so that's going to be it for Doge. Moving on. Now, just so you know that this is actually a Washington-based, and who is this from? I believe, turn up my brightness. I can't see what guy he's talking to. CBS. Okay. CBS, you know, those people who hate Donald Trump and everything he does and says. So back when Obama was in office, he sat down with him and he asked him point blank and open, if you could, if it were legal, would you run a third term? Now, the reason I point that is because there are a lot of people crying like babies saying, oh, Trump said he's going to run for a third term in 2028. No, you fucking idiot. And I've got the video of that too. So, before you get your panties in a wad just because you hate the orange guy with his bad toupee, I'm going to play this for you. All right, you ready?
Third term, would you? No, I wouldn't. Number one, Michelle wouldn't let me. This is a big sacrifice and a great privilege, but it takes a toll on family life. This is a process in which the office should be continually renewed by new energy and new ideas and new insights.
Obama says he wouldn't, right?
And although I think I am as good of a president as I have ever been right now, I also think that there comes a point where you don't have fresh legs. And, that's when you start making mistakes, or that's when you start thinking that you are what's important as opposed to the mission being more important.
Okay. All right. So that is one case of Obama talking about, well, I would not run again. Now, what people are pissed off about, and then I'm going to play you the one where it is Obama saying that he would run a third term. That was just kind of a Easter egg in there. All right. So this is from NBC News, and they stated Trump jokes about running for a third term. Okay.
Here. I've raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again, Mike? I better not get you involved in that argument. I've raised a lot of money.
When he said Mike, you know who he was talking about?
I'm proud to say that we received
now the Washington Post
more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president
Skip
ever.
Through that.
I've raised a lot
That's
of
the wrong
money.
one.
Life moves fast.
Of course, I got to deal with stupid ads. One moment. Okay. Anyways, so he's joking, and he does it again when he gets inaugurated. He makes a joke saying, "Can I run for a third time?" He knows he can't. Every president is allowed 2 terms of 4 years each in the Constitution, as long as they are able to run and serve office. He's already done 4. He's on the next 4. He cannot run. It is not in the Constitution. And quite frankly, I'm tired of old fuckers being in the White House anyway. Once Trump gets out, hey, bring in J.D. Vance. Let's get this bitch rolling, okay? Let's get some young blood in here. However, most of the people on the Democrat side are sitting there, he's threatening. He's saying he's going to run in 2028. No, the man was joking, saying, can I run? I made enough money. I can run for a third term. The guy is joking. He has a very dry sense of humor. Did you not ever watch The Apprentice? Jesus Christ, people. He's been our president before. You know, he is a jokester, and even though sometimes his jokes are pretty lame and just flat, every now and again, he's got some zingers. Not always, but when it comes to your beloved Barack Obama has said, and this is, you can look it up on YouTube if you want. It's on the Power Tie, and it was 4 years ago. Okay, so right around the beginning of Biden's first term, and here you go.
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what? If I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man.
Oh, damn it! I hit the button turning it around. Sorry. If I had a stand-in or a front man,
or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
Now, isn't that funny? Somebody dubbed in, they edited in that little picture right there. So even Obama has made jokes about doing a third term. All right. And the man said, if I had a puppet, if I could run it from the shadows, from the basement, I would. Makes you think, doesn't it? All I'm saying about that is you people are throwing such a fit saying, Trump says he's going to run for his third term in 2028. No! Tons of presidents have said that. You're only allotted 2 terms, total of 8 years, and that's it, people. Get off your high horse, quit crying, quit cherry picking, and for the love of God, local news here in this part of West Texas is owned by George Soros and left-leaning media, especially Fox. And all they do is take bits and pieces of what Trump has said, and they make headlines. And they boosted it today. He's been in office for over 60 days. Why didn't they put it out 60 days? Oh, maybe because they're running out of shit to talk about. They won't talk about all the good he's doing, but they'll damn sure bash him about the bad that they think. Moving on. With all that being the political side of things, I mean, granted, the man has said it is going to take a little while for our economy to jump back from the 4 years it was in. But it's going to start off slow. And guarantee, if you do your history and you go back and you look at all presidents who have made cuts to try and make the country money, or whether it's for them to line their pockets or to better America for itself, Bill Clinton did it. Holy shit, Obama did it too. Biden cut jobs. But just because it's Trump doing it, trying to get us back on track, he's just a bad guy. You know what? You got to pick and choose your shit, all right? Everybody does it. They're all corrupt anyway. So quit trying to add fuel to the fire just because y'all are pissed off he's president. I don't love him as a speaker. He repeats himself, and I'm repeating myself talking about this. Get on board or get the fuck out. All right. You got people over in this country who are criminals, and you are protesting because you don't want them to go home. You know what? If you don't want to do it legally, don't come here. Simple as that. And if you want to bitch about them getting sent back, then tell them to do it the legal way and you can be happy. I welcome you. Come here legally. Be a part of America. Other than that, tell your family to shut the fuck up. How's that? Now, let's get on to what we have in store for the next podcast. And again, I do apologize regretfully that we can't make it so. It was supposed to be the second week, and then it turned into the third week. And without going into too much detail, I got a call from one of my best friends in South Texas, where I'm from, that a very dear friend of mine who I've known for over 25 years, who I've loved, been in love with, looked out for, taken care of, supported, passed away in her sleep, leaving behind 2 children. And so this weekend, I am making a trip to pay my respects to her family, to her, and deal with that. So it's no excuse, but that is the main reason why, is I need to be there for my family and my friends, for my fallen best friend. I'm not going to speak names or anything because I haven't spoken to the family about it. I don't have their blessing to speak upon it, so I'm not going to say any names. Anybody that knows me personally probably has an idea, but me getting down there this weekend wouldn't be possible without another best friend of mine. Y'all know her, y'all seen her, my best friend, Lisa, my roommate. She is going to help me get down to South Texas. She's going to make sure I spend my time with her family and celebrate her life. And so it's out of the goodness of her heart to be there. And that's what friends are for, and that's what family's for. So that is the reason why I am not doing the out of location, outdoor podcast that we had scheduled. But we will get back to it eventually, I promise you. I just ask for your patience. If you're a praying person, please pray for the family of my friend. I'm not going to give you any names, but you can just say Travis's best friend. That would be wonderful. Her family, her kids would appreciate every prayer that you can send up, and as much as I would. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Give a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Share it. Let this go out to people who are sitting there still thinking that everything that you see on the news is factual. But again, thank you for watching, and until next time, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Cheers. Peace.